Welcome to the first edition of Whispers Paranormal News. It is November 14th, 2008. To find the links to the stories mentioned in today's show, visit whispersradio.com. To send in a news tip, email us at whispers1600@gmail.com or give us a call at 1-973-215-9178 to leave us a voice message.
All right, well, today's first story is from Scientific America. If you want to see a ghost bad enough, will you? Researchers in Canada, England, and elsewhere are exploring what happens in the brain to create the illusion that something is haunted. So far, they've found evidence that some apparitions may be brain benders caused by spiking EMFs or electromagnetic fields, and possibly even extremely low-frequency sound waves known as infrasound, so subtle that the ear does not register them as noise, which is something, Jordan, you and I have been kind of interested in going and doing investigations in people's houses.
Yeah, Nick and I head up Wheeling Paranormal, or Wheeling Society of Paranormal Research, but it's wheelingparanormal.com.
Both work. Yeah, both work.
Yeah, and I mean, we believe that it's been an EMF for, our whole time. We go in there with EMF detectors, and
well, there's very few that we go into and we can actually say that there's something there. I mean, you've heard a voice in one place.
Yeah.
Most of the time we go in there and it's extremely boring. We walk around, and most of the time we find power cords almost tore out of the wall and plus stuff plugged all through it, or someone's got outside of their house, right outside their bedroom, this huge power box from the power company that sits right at their head, and then they say they hear stuff in the room. So
they wonder why they're
seeing
having
things.
Nightmares and seeing things. Yeah,
and even past that, you go into like we had this investigation we just did, and the people in that group that we took through, I mean, there were 70-some people. They wanted to be scared, and most of them, if they wanted to be scared, they were jumping at everything. Doorknobs, fun safety tip for your house. Spring-loaded doorknobs, they move if you let go of them. And, there were some college kids that, these guys, probably football players, they ran from the doorknobs. It was great. So now we got two more stories we'll talk about today. Both of them come from the Sun in the United Kingdom. The first one is, and both of them are dealing with UFOs. The first one is a remarkable video shot in Turkey and claimed to be the most important images of a UFO ever filmed. The shots were captured by night guard Yalçın Yalman in a compound in Turkey, and a group called the Sirius UFO Space Science Research Center in Turkey went through them frame by frame. They said that, and I'm going to quote what they said here, what is more important is that in the close-up of some of the footage of the objects, entities in them can be distinctly made out. And
I watched the video.
I'm going to flip over to that on our computer here.
I don't know if we can actually make anybody out on it, but the video itself looks pretty neat. I mean, it's definitely something big. It's saucer-ish
very
shaped.
Well made out.
I mean, I'm not going to go out and say it's real.
They've got some still images up here. And of course, if you want to see these images, we're going to put a link up on our website at the show notes for this first episode. The thing I like about it is it's very well, a lot of them you see, a lot of the shots of UFOs you see, they're lights. They're big blotches of light up in the sky, and that's it. And I'm thinking, that could be anything. These, they look like your typical saucer.
You can actually see the ship.
You can make distinctions. You can see. Look, these. Looking at the pictures, the number 2 of 3 on the Sun's website, you can almost see indentions in the ship. 3 of them, 4 maybe that I can make out. It's a very weird shape. It doesn't look like anything that I've seen flying through the skies here.
That we know of.
Yes.
But in the Blackbird, the X-wing or the X-Men.
But even then, does that look like
considered to never exist?
But does that look like But does that look like a Blackbird? No. It doesn't look like it has any wings. No wings that I can make out. It doesn't even look like it's got any actual lights that flash. The video doesn't have any flashing lights. And I'll just kind of fast forward here, and I don't see any.
Right there.
That doesn't look like a light. That looks like it's a reflection of something.
I'm talking about little people.
Oh, that little people? Let's rewind that.
Yeah, about halfway in through the video, if you click the link,
I don't know if
there's
I
some
can
little bumps going on at the beginning. You never know.
It's weird in the middle there. The middle there does look like it's like an open, like where maybe you'd sit and look through the window.
Yeah.
That's where
reminds me of the Jetsons.
Yeah, meet George Jetson at thesun.co.uk. All right, and then this next story, they call it What's Zap over on over at the Sun, which I love the Sun. The Sun comes up. I think it's a pretty reputable newspaper, but they don't mind putting up the stuff that most other newspapers won't about the UFOs.
So it's not like Weekly World News?
I don't think it's like Weekly World News at all. I haven't seen any Bat Boy articles yet in the Sun, but they'll probably have one tomorrow to make me look like an idiot. This one, Shelley Williams and her mother, Betty, filmed an odd craft over Bristol in the United Kingdom that seemed to be sending a laser-like beam down towards the Earth. The video and pictures can be found at the link from our webpage. Now, this one showed Jordan this earlier. Now, they shot this with their mobile phone. And this is once again, the light splotches in the sky, but this is a mobile phone.
You see these two little light swatches. Looks like it's following a third, maybe.
Yeah, and, I'm not sure what that is over to the right there, but...
You see them just kind of up there, all of a sudden there's like a big flash of red that looks like it's just...
And usually this is what most people, when they send us a video, whispers1600@gmail.com, if you want to send us a video. But most of them, that's what they're going to send us. Look at these light splotches in the sky. Most of the time it's probably a firefly or something,
A star.
But see, a firefly doesn't do what this one's about to do right here. That's we're looking at the video again, and... Oh, come on. Oh, it's going to make me a liar.
You're a liar.
I am. Where's the laser beam? And they're blinking on and off, and then all of a sudden, and you'll see a picture of it also on their website.
It's like a big bright red. And
there it goes. Right there we go. And it beamed down. And I don't know. You know what I was thinking when I saw this? We've heard of Star Wars back in the 80s.
Yeah, they look like little zappers.
It looks like a satellite going through the sky and shooting down, maybe, shooting Saddam Hussein or something, if he wasn't already dead. So Osama bin Laden, they just got him right there. That's what happened, so...
I don't know. I think this one might... It can be faked. I mean...
It can be faked. You could probably do this in Photoshop or something. You're not Photoshop. What am I thinking of? What's the video program? You're more into videos than pictures than I am.
Well, a lot of the videos you could probably just take that.
But now it is coming from their, if they've got it on their cell phone, that'd be a little harder to, unless you're putting the video down there. And I'm sure there's a way of checking, like on pictures, if you go in and you hit the properties, and you go in, it's called I cannot think of the technical term, but you can actually see if it's been modified by Photoshop.
Really?
It'll say in the picture, in the technical details of the picture, it'll say, modified by Adobe Photoshop. And that's a way, if we ever get a picture, we can look at it and say, look, they did this in Photoshop, So, and I'm sure there's something maybe in videos that they can do that with. But local authorities, air traffic control, said, they hadn't had any unusual activity. Avon and Somerset police said they hadn't had a helicopter out. And I don't know, nothing natural that could cause that, of course, unless there's some bats or flying birds that cause problems in the United Kingdom that we don't have here.
That glow and poop out red.
You never know what they're feeding their birds in the United Kingdom. So, I think that should do it for us this week.
Make sure you listen Monday. It's going to be our next episode of Whispers Paranormal News. And that's going to be on Mondays and Fridays, and then we're going to have our live show on Wednesdays at 8 p.m. on whispersradio.com called Whispers Radio. And make sure to check out the show notes. So until then, everybody, don't be afraid, only believe.